It's time to check your money with America's Money Maven, Vicki Brackens. Vicki Brackens is president of Brackens Financial Solutions Network, LLC, and a registered representative of LPL Financial, member SIPC. Vicki, I don't know if I had a chance to tell you this, but happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, George, that's really nice of you. Happy Valentine's Day to you too.
Thank you.
Okay. Listen, I got a lot of comments concerning the friendly neighborhood advisor last week.
Yes, good.
And so I know he's probably listening, and we may have to bring him on more frequently. Okay, to Mr. Michael Jennings. What a great job. It was nice to hear a different voice. So I'm gonna make sure I'm not gonna get upset. I'm not gonna take that the wrong way.
Because they're showing him the love, and you're like,
because they're showing him the love.
What's up with that, right?
Exactly.
What's up with us?
But we got a lot going on this week. I don't have to announce again the fact that next Sunday. Oh, George, it's next Sunday. Next Sunday, we're having the 15th annual Black History Month Jazz and Arts Cabaret there at the Marriott downtown Syracuse. It's already sold out, but I want to tell everybody what you should do.
So I should ignore the invitation I just got to
exactly. For those of you who just opened your email, I got some of those calls this week. Well, Vicki, I haven't been reading my email, and I got too late, okay, because everything is sold out. But what I will recommend that you consider is that to go into your calendar for 2024, find the last Sunday in February.
Okay.
Put a circle around it because we have always.
Wait, I'm gonna help some folks out right now, Vicki.
Oh, you gonna look it up?
Okay. Let's just help them out right here, right now.
George, give them something to do, okay?
Oh, you want them to do? No, I'm gonna no.
Okay.
February 25th, 2024.
Okay, February 25th, 2024, because that is the last Sunday in February.
Yes.
In 2024.
Yes.
That is the Sunday. We're going to start calling it Black History Month Jazz Sunday.
Yes.
Going forward. Mark your calendars and then count back about 10 weeks.
Okay.
Because I usually open up the ticket window about 10 weeks before.
All right.
Start looking, okay, and start reaching out to cnyjazz.org.
That would be about January 5th, first week in January.
First week in January. Okay, it's usually when we open up the ticket window. And it only took 3.5, almost 4 weeks, and we were done. Okay, 4 weeks and we were done. So don't wait. Okay, don't tarry. We're kind of like Bruce Springsteen now. You know, the boss is coming to Syracuse.
He's coming up to the Dome.
Okay, coming up to the Dome. Okay, same thing with
Black
History
When
Month.
is that going to be?
I think it's September, isn't it?
September, right. And they're talking about it now.
They're talking about it now. Okay, all right then. So, George, here's something I want to talk about that you're not going to believe.
Go ahead.
When I start to talk about it, I'm going to read a little bit. In fact, I may read the entire thing because it's that important. But back on October 11th, 2019.
All right.
Episode 85.
All right.
The title of that episode was Bring on the Revolution. And I'm going to read to you what we talked about that week. Bring on the revolution. The first revolution used water and steam and changed manufacturing processing from hand to machine. The second revolution, industrial revolution, used electric power to fuel mass production. The third industrial revolution used electronics to automate. We are now entering the fourth industrial revolution, which has been built on the third through the fourth artificial intelligence,
AI,
nanotechnology, and biotechnology robotics. Labor distribution is on its way out. Okay. artificial intelligence is slated to disrupt 4.5, listen to this, 4.5 million jobs for African Americans in particular, who have a greater than 10% likelihood of losing their jobs to automation. AI will disrupt or kill or replace lower paying work and 4.5 million jobs held by African Americans by 2030. This was an estimate that was put out by McKinsey at that time. Black men without college degrees are particularly vulnerable to this job loss, while Black women will fare better. In fact, they may even fare better than the general population at large. Why? Because of the types of jobs that are being disrupted by AI. Those jobs include fast food, service workers, and production work. In fact, researchers estimate that 28% of the jobs held by Black men without college degrees will get disrupted by automation by 2030. Now, Black women are currently in jobs that are associated in a lot of cases by things like nursing assistants and home health aides. And because of that, there will be less disruption, but that's not like, a happy, let's be celebrating, because of the fact that those jobs also don't pay as much as the cost of living that is anticipated to take place by the time we hit 2030.
Come on.
Okay, so they won't have jobs that we have what are called living wages. So here's what I said then. Stop worrying at school, parents, about bake sales and football teams.
Go ahead.
And start demanding that skills required to compete are being offered in your child's schools. Pay attention to what's happening around you. This is so funny. Yesterday, Governor Cuomo and community leaders were here in Syracuse to talk about investments that were being announced in two local companies, JMA Wireless and Bankers Health.
How about that?
Okay, that was then. Okay, now we have. I'm going to add a few things here. We have JMA Wireless, Bankers Health, Amazon, and Micron, all of which are smack dab in the middle of this industrial revolution that we call the fourth industrial revolution concerning AI and robotics. So what is our legacy? It is not zero. We cannot have zero anymore. But the only way this is going to change, is that we have to get on board with the fourth industrial revolution and do it today. That was in 2019, George.
2019. So let me just add a couple of things to that. Not only do we have JMA Wireless, with the JMA Wireless Dome.
And the JMA Wireless Dome.
Okay.
Yes, okay.
So just so we clear, with the JMA Wireless Dome with air conditioning. Okay.
Right. Finally, with air conditioning. Okay.
No,
listen.
I'm saying that to say that how thinking you named it then 4 years later, that building is now named for that very company that
exactly
received some support from the state of New York.
Exactly. Okay. Now this was episode 85. We're in episode 196.
So it's about a year. Right. Okay. So almost 100 episodes, over 100 episodes later.
Exactly. And so we're going to title this one, The Revolution is Live. Not Bring on the Revolution. The Revolution is Live. Now, you know who that's from, right?
I thought you was going to say The Revolution is Live, and it ain't televised now.
And it ain't televised.
Gil Scott-Heron, baby.
Gil Scott-Heron.
This revolution will not be televised. It will not be brought to you by, Cocoa Krispies or whatever it is he said. I can't remember what he said. Okay,
somebody should go out and pull that up. Okay, in fact, y'all go to your parents' albums. Go to your parents' albums. Go on to Spotify. Look up Gil Scott-Heron. But the revolution is live. It is not being televised. Syracuse, wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up. Okay. We are now in a position where all of the things that we talked about in 2019, it happened faster than I expected. I was looking for 2030. Where are we? We're in 2023. the speed that's happening around us. So here's what, who was it? Karen Hunter. I love her. She always says, so how does this information free us? So let's talk about how does this free us?
Let's get free.
Go out right now at OCC, Onondaga Community College, which is one of the most progressive community colleges in the country. They are building a $5 million clean room. Why are they building a $5 million clean room? To train individuals who are going to be part of the workforce there at Micron,
right?
And with Global Foundries, and with all of the other chip manufacturers that will be coming into the Syracuse area. I want you to get trained, but I want you to do one thing more.
What?
Yes, it's wonderful to get trained to be part of the manufacturing base.
Right.
But we need to get trained to be the creators of the manufacturing base.
Oh, okay. We're talking ownership now.
Ownership, okay? So yes, take step one so you can get on the train, but I want you to get trained to become part of the creators of the manufacturing base. And do it today. So don't sit, like I said, parents, here's what I need for you to do. Superintendent Davis, listen to me, please. The types of skills that we need to train for our individual schools and our population, the types of skills that are needed, you are in charge. Look at what we're actually training individuals for and get the word out to everyone on how they can participate and make sure that not only are we giving out the information, but if we have to, drag them into the classrooms where they belong. I love my sorority. You know that I'm a Alpha Kappa Alpha, okay? That is my sorority, and I love you all. But I did a presentation to a group of young women about 2 weeks ago, and I asked a question while I was there, and the question was this. Everybody who is part of the business program, please raise your hand.
How many hands went up?
Zero. Zero. We need to start looking at what skills we are actually going to college for. Because to be part of this industrial revolution, we can no longer wait for things to come to us. We must go out and get them.
You have to have, I hear what you're saying, and you have to be more, because some people say, well, what about my passion? Talk to me about that.
You can be passionate about a lot of things.
Okay. But get this skill in the midst of all your other passionate things.
In the midst of. Okay?
Right.
You must, get the skills that are moving forward, because without that, zero no more will never happen, George.
Correct.
We will continue to have to be part of the working class.
Yeah.
Versus being part of the creating class.
Forever. And I wanted to say one more thing about OCC, because you talked about the investment in Micron. They just actually signed an agreement. We didn't talk about this, with 2 HBCUs where there'll be automatic, transfers. So you have Lincoln University, historically Black college in Pennsylvania, and also Johnson C. Smith University in Charlotte,
North Carolina.
Yes,
exactly.
Yes. So those are the two. So they have now entered in agreements with those two schools, and so that's also kind of very exciting as well. Hopefully, some of the things that you talk about will be accessible to those students there as well.
Yes. Okay. Absolutely. So here's what I'm going to close with.
Yes.
Everybody's been listening to the news, I'm sure. Okay. And they would heard the word ChatGPT, right?
Yep.
Have you heard that? Okay. ChatGPT.
I have heard it.
Okay. Now, guess who is one of the original founders and investors in ChatGPT?
Ooh.
Take a guess.
Okay. Original. I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna throw out some names. So Robert Smith from Cornell, Bob Johnson, from BET. Am I way off?
The co-founder of ChatGPT, the co-founder of OpenAI, which is the company that created ChatGPT, Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Concentration of wealth and power.
What is ChatGPT?
All right, ChatGPT was launched in November of 2022. It is a service that basically is free to the public, but what it is an artificial intelligence based language processing that creates that has over 100 million users since November, and is being used to answer questions, create text, to basically go through and provide for everyone automated machine learned intelligence.
I've seen this demonstrated, and it kind of verifies things and things of that nature. Yes, I recall seeing something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So instead of us being a recall seeing something like that, we need to be creating and involved in. There is no reason that we can't, but it takes years of training and commitment for us to make that shift. And that's what I'm really encouraging at this point in time. All right, George. Episode from October of 2009. Bring on the revolution. The revolution
2019, Vicki.
Excuse me, 2019. That's it, 2009. 2019 to our episode today. We want to make sure that everyone, if you have any questions, feel free to give us a call at area code 315-930-4499. Like, subscribe, share this episode along with everything that we have on our YouTube page. Did you say something about being on Spotify, George?
And iHeartRadio and iTunes. Yes, I did.
Okay, and iTunes. Okay, all right. And if you have any other questions, as I said, you can reach us also at info@brackensfsn.com. I'll go ahead and say now, George, our plate is definitely full.
Vicki Brackens is the president of Brackens Financial Solutions Network, LLC, and a registered representative of LPL Financial, member SIPC. There she is. She is America's Money Maven.